Okay, thank you, Jim. There have been quite a few complaints, a real outbreak of outrage about my recollections of the Second World War, which I presented in my last YouTube video. I would like to take a minute and thank you YouTubers for your angry letters, since in a democracy it is anger which propels freedom forward. Picking up where I left off, I want to address the problem of British spies while I was in the Navy. Our Navy company was the 5th Cavalry Division. This was only just barely after the inception of the aircraft carrier, on which we trained daily, as we were to be used only for quick and short strikes. Our carrier group was stationed in the tiny town of Navarre, which is not to be confused with Navarre, a headquarters for Spanish Islam and the Moorish race. There was an old motto in our carrier group, "Never in Navarre," which means that in the whole of France, here was the one town where the women never put out. They even shaved their armpits and legs and had nothing to do with leather. There were a number of diplomatic efforts to make the local women more responsive to American needs. At one point, General Sherman ordered all men in uniform to restrict their desire to fornicate to a single district inside Navarre, and to only women above the age of 16, excepting all instances of rape which fell under different rules. Somehow the local French women learned of our plan, pretending to open up to us boys in blue all at once on one evening in the late autumn of '43. We discovered, much to our dismay, that each of these newly accommodating women had shaven their pubic regions in the form of a Hitler mustache. This gave many of us quite an unpleasant feeling and not a little bit of awkwardness. Still, we did our duty. A full-scale investigation was held in a local church. There it was determined that it must have been the British. I have noticed recently, in watching some of the other YouTube wartime recollections, a few familiar faces, a few familiar British spies. Since it is not widely known that the British were our real enemies during that war, I will hesitate to expose them until the next video, where I will reveal that some of them were even black. Toodaloo!